Everybody, Darn MMA back with another video, and today we're gonna be going over Burger King. No, we're gonna be going over the fighters who are like most likely to be or fighter. What am I saying? Fighters who are nightmare matchups for the champions in their division. Okay, that's what we're going through. Everyone, drop a like right now. Subscribe. Just do it. Like I got 34 views last video. I got 64 views on the video before. I need some motivation. Come on, just drop a like, subscribe real quick, bro. No, but Muhammad. Okay, Flyweight division, we're starting off Muhammad Makayev. I've recorded this intro like 3 times, and my friends called me in the middle of it. It's just really pissed me off because I don't even want to talk about it. But so Muhammad Makayev, do I think he's better than Pantoja? No, I don't. I don't think he's better than Pantoja anywhere. I think he's slightly worse than Pantoja everywhere. But we saw with the Steve Erceg fight, anyone who's a slightly like pretty good grappler, can scramble well, will give Pantoja some trouble. So that's why I'm picking Makayev. And I also think Makayev's one of those guys. There's other guys later in the video who are like this. He'll find a way to win. He's not going to lose. He's just the Dagestani, the Caucasus. No, not just Dagestani. I'll call it the Caucasus Mountain plot armor. I can say that. I'm like from that region originally, but the Caucasus Mountain plot armor, we'll call it. I think it just works out for these guys. Like they're all undefeated. Makayev should have been submitted a couple times to the UFC. Respect his toughness. I think this is the guy. This is the only guy at flyweight that I might pick to beat Pantoja. No one else. I wouldn't pick Manel Cap. Please, I hope he dethrones Pantoja. I wouldn't pick him. Wouldn't pick anyone else. Wouldn't pick Moreno, Royval. There's just no chance. But this is the one guy at bantamweight or at flyweight, excuse me, that I think I would pick to maybe pick to upset Pantoja just because of his plot armor and grappling capabilities. But next, this is a bit of a UFC 311 video, you could say. We're going Umar Nurmagomedov. I think at bantamweight, Umar is the only one who could beat Merab, and Merab's the only one that can beat Umar. That's my thing. I think Umar has good defensive grappling. He has the tools that needed to keep the fight on the feet, unlike a lot of the other guys Merab has fought. That's the problem with Merab. He's fighting not with Merab, but with his opponents. He's fighting strikers who just get held against the fence or get taken down. Umar will not just maintain that position. I think he can use judo, get the fight to the ground in his wheelhouse. Umar can, or if he keeps it standing, he'll dominate. I think Merab has the striking of like a unranked Bellator fighter. So I would honestly pay to see a kickboxing matchup between Merab and an unranked Bellator fighter. It would be interesting, but yeah, I'm definitely not the biggest Merab fan. So Umar, please win Saturday. I'm really hoping you do. But that's the reason I think that he's the toughest matchup, is just because of his defensive grappling, along with having really really not power, but good striking, very solid striking. And Merab has no power. So if he keeps this kickboxing to a kickboxing fight, he's gonna dominate. And I picked Umar, so please win. But Featherweight, Movsar Evloev. Come on, Diego Lopez, you have no chance against Topuria. I'm sorry. I might pick Movsar just because of his plot armor, because he'll drop the first 2 rounds and win the last 3. If it's 5 rounds, never been a 5-rounder, but he always drops the first round and wins the last 2. So we're just sticking to that ratio, scale it up. But I think Movsar, he does have really good wrestling. He's a good wrestler, good scrambles. He can take a punch too. The guy can take a punch. He has an ugly haircut, but can take a punch. And I just think there's no one else at featherweight. Honestly, I would pick Topuria most likely, even though I just said I might pick Movsar. I don't know what I'm saying. I'd 100% pick Topuria. But Movsar is good grappling, solid striker. There's nowhere that he can win the fight, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just picking him because of his plot armor and because featherweight has no one else. Topuria is just too damn good. So I'm going to move on to somewhere where I can actually explain myself. Arman Sarukian, UFC 311 themed video. You know me. But I think Arman's like 5'7", 5'8". It's tough to take down guys like that if you're Islam Makhachev, 5'11". Arman's really good grappler, great scrambles, like good build to defend takedowns, good striker. He's just good all around. Those two are, Islam and Arman are so well rounded. They're good everywhere. And honestly, like in this fight, I lean Islam, but I would not be surprised if Arman takes a decision or like could almost nearly finish Islam at some points. I think Arman at 155 almost is similar to Volkanovski, just because he has the like fire hydrant, just not stocky. He's jacked, but you know what I'm saying? That build that Volk has, where that's a hard build to take down unless you like muscle them down. You know what I'm saying? And we saw in the first fight. I rewatched that fight recently. Arman was scrambling well, and he was on top of Islam at some point. And that fight was on how many weeks' notice? And Arman was how old? You know what I'm saying? Also, okay, this is a stupid reason, but this guy Arman has nothing to lose, bro. He's a rich guy, you know. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. But you know what I'm saying? You guys know. You guys know. If you're watching my channel, you must think what I think now. But moving on, Bilal Muhammad's nightmare matchup is none other than Shavkat Rakhmonov. That man, no. But I think this is another thing. I don't think Shavkat's better than Bilal. I think he's bigger and he has plot armor. That's the only, like, he just finds a way to win. He's another one of those Muhammad Makayev type guys where he will be losing and he will just, or he will be getting like kind of dogged by Jeff Neal and he'll just submit him violently in the third round, and that's what people remember. That's why he had such hype, bro, because he would just do that to everyone. And then after the Ian Gary fight, people realized, okay, this guy's not like, he's not that good. But I do think he would submit Bilal Muhammad in later rounds. I think he would catch him on a guillotine, because Bilal doesn't take anyone down in any way besides like double or single legs. He doesn't have trips or throws or anything. So that's why I think Shavkat has a good guillotine. I'll give him that. He does. And so I think Shavkat would submit Bilal, honestly. That would be my prediction if they fought. That was my prediction, but didn't make a video on it because Bilal got injured. But I do like Bilal, but I think Shavkat would beat him just on the basis of plot armor. And Shavkat's actually really good. He is a good fighter, I'll admit it. He has good wrestling, good takedown defense, obviously, good submissions off his back, and like submissions just in general. So he's doesn't have good defense, but you're not gonna get knocked out by Bilal Muhammad unless your name's Sean Brady. I'm sorry, but okay. Moving on to middleweight. This one, the next three should honestly be pretty obvious. Khamzat Chimaev, like, who else at middleweight is like Strickland? He's gonna probably beat Strickland by another split decision, and he'll fight Khamzat and just get dogged. There's nothing else to it. Chimaev, great grappling, great power in his hands. Honestly, underrated gas tank at this point. I do think his gas tank, like, if you see the pace that he goes on in his fights and how he takes people down, he just muscles them down. It takes a lot of energy. If he actually fought smarter and set up his shots a little bit, I think this guy does have 5-round cardio. We haven't seen it yet, but I think we will see it eventually. And I do think that he just kills Dricus. I think he walks through him easily. I don't really have anything else to say about that. Next, 205. Yeah, 205. Magomed Ankalaev. Come on, bro. I'm sorry, Pereira's downfall is coming in 2025. I love Alex Pereira. Mate, you're 40 years of age, almost. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Magomed Ankalaev, he's good everywhere. Only losses to Paul Craig, the last second triangle choke. Like, how can you not pick Ankalaev in this? No, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, good knockout power, honestly. Good not that great of submissions. Good wrestler, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good everywhere. And at light heavyweight, that's pretty rare. Light heavyweight's a division literally catered for Pereira to take over. It's all strikers except for Magomed Ankalaev. Surprised the UFC hasn't cut him to keep the Pereira hype train, but honestly, I really do think he's going to beat Pereira. I think just if he chooses to wrestle, if he says, "Oh, I'm going to strike," blah, blah, then he's going to get knocked out. But I think he's smarter than that. I think he will wrestle, and I think he's going to just beat Pereira by decision, and I think people are going to be pissed, and I'm going to be here. I think it's funny. It's not even that I don't like Pereira. I just hate his fan base. Like, all of you who are watching this, if you're like, bro, just go watch Lucas Tracy, bro. This is not my channel. But next, heavyweight division, Big Tom Aspinall. And for Tom Aspinall, if you consider him the champion, which I think we all do, it's Jailton Almeida. I think Jailton. Okay, I'll go Tom Aspinall first. I don't even have anything to explain about Tom Aspinall being John Jones's nightmare matchup. Knocked out Aspinall, knocked out Blades, submitted Volkov. The resume speaks for itself, young bug. You know what I'm like? Come on. But Jailton Almeida, I think, is a tough matchup for Aspinall just because of his grappling prowess. He's a damn good grappler. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people Saturday. Another UFC 311 fighter. But I do think that Aspinall, honestly, I don't know. But I'm not going to pick a guy between Aspinall and Jones. Still have to let that marinate in the brain a little bit. But I'm not going to pick a fighter. You know what? I'm done. The video's done. Just subscribe, like. I don't care anymore. Please. I'm desperate.